Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. Greetings to you all. How are you doing? I had a live session earlier on where I talked about what I went through and why I've not seen my children in 7 years. And I did it mainly because people were tagging me in comments. There was a post on Instablog. Hello, Wilfred Asuko. How are you doing, brother? People were tagging me in an Instablog post where I said I'm fine and I've not seen my kids. That why should I be fine? I'm putting my nose in everybody's business. Baba, I'm a talk show host. We talk. We talk about issues. It's what I do. It's my day job. And it pays better than yours. Did I have to sub you? Oh yeah, I did. It pays way better than yours. uh, you know but you see, what I was trying to do was tell my own side of the story, so people can understand, because people were like, you've not seen. And I said, I asked my ex for the child. The court asked my ex to give me the children's number. She gave me her own number. And people were like, if you can't you go through your ex to get to your children? And I was like, no. Somebody that refused to allow me to give a cake to my daughter on her birthday. Somebody that did not allow me to talk to my son for more than 5 minutes when I went to school with my lawyers and my sister. That's the person that threw. Of course, you know that that's a dead end. And there's one thing I love myself for. I don't back up wrong trees. I don't chase shadows. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen, double click the screen. Big shout out. I'm looking for my number one and my number two gifter. I'm looking for my number one and my number two gifter on TikTok. So guess what? Taste Buds and I drove out and we used Taste Buds' car. So I was like, babes, you don't have fuel in this car. We have to stop and buy fuel. Someone said, how old are your kids? 21. My other kids, I have plenty children, so two of my kids. Let me just put it that way. When I say I've not seen my kids, I've not seen two of my plenty children. So so we now drove out. Taste Buds is my witness. So we now needed to buy fuel. I was like, babes, the fuel was on the last bar. So I was like, babe, we need to buy fuel. We need to buy fuel. This fuel. So I drove into what's that very popular petrol station in Lekki? It's not the one though. I think it was former Fort Oil. It has a N. It starts with E. Somebody help me. Petrol station, Lekki. Enyo, God bless you. So I drove into Enyo. You will not believe it. Enyo was filled to the brim. I even, because we were running, we had to get to the bank. So this was like to four. So we drove in. I even wanted to see where I could mago. Everywhere was locked. So I got out of Enyo, got onto the Lekki Ekpe Expressway, and was driving towards Freedom Way. Now, if you are aware, there's another petrol station on your right. As you are going, if you are coming from Enyo, that is from the bigger Enyo station. Going towards Freedom Way, there's a petrol station on your right. I've forgotten the name. So I was like, they're selling petrol here. I now turned in and went to queue. That one, there was no queue. So they were like, there was just one guy in front of us. And I think the guy bought like 2K fuel. So the next thing, it was us. So, not corn oil, a little further down. So I drove to I don't think this one was corn oil. Yeah, around the Link Bridge. God bless you. So I drove down to the pump and I just heard Daddy Freeze. I looked around, I don't see anybody. Or MRS, I think that is it. So I said, after Folix, God bless you, that's the petrol station. So I was like, give me fuel. One guy just came. He said, Daddy Freeze, I was listening to you. I'm going through the same thing. Fill his tank, fill his tank, fill his tank. Baba, na so person fill my tank. 35,000 or 33,500 or 35,300, one of those two figures. Baba had to go down and greet the guy. I said his name is Mr. Bello. I said, Mr. Bello, thanks a lot for this. I appreciate this. You understand? That's so they take fill my tank today. So I was now looking at it. I said, are men really going through this much? Baba, I've been getting messages since that post made it to Instablog. Daddy Freeze, what do you advise me? I'm going through the same. I'm broken. I wish I could read some of the messages. So I'm like, so people actually needed to speak up for the men. Now, by men, I am not talking about you where they drag picking with woman. You are not a man. No. You that make statements like, if my wife leaves me, she cannot marry another man, and my children cannot live in another man's house. You are not part of the men we are talking about. You are the problem. That's why some women have to spoil your name, because they know that if they go normally, you go drag children with them. I'm not talking for you. I am talking about the men that are genuinely hurt. I'm talking about men that are genuinely struggling. I'm not talking about men that decide that they want to wreck a woman because she said she was going to leave them. I'm not speaking for you. You be Olori Buruku, no be me. I know they talk for you. I'm talking about men who genuinely had issues with their women, and their women have moved on, and the women are being wicked to them. I'm speaking for you. But you will decide, say, as the woman no gree marry you, you go frustrate her life. She in return, so that you no go frustrate her life finish. She carry children, say make you no see them. I'm not speaking to for you, Eleribu ni wo. In my humble opinion, you are Eleribu. Old Harry says a 21-year-old should be able to make personal decisions to see his or her dad. Maybe you are full of irreconcilable faults. The only fault your father had was say no give your mama posting or two make she leak. That lizard where you be where she born. The world would not have had to deal with you. Eh? You look like a coagulation of every unsuccessful person. All of them decide to form Maja. Nine you be. Epitome of penury and suffering. Old Harry. Koto shori gbagada bi ekpon malu. Retí ẹ bí Brazil àṣà o. Ó wá sórí live mi. Oní bàbá ẹ ní irreconcilable faults. The only fault your papa get be say him born you. To say him no, say na olórí burúkú you for be. Ọlọ́pọlọ tanwin jin. To say your papa no, say na so you go be. Him forgive your mama posting not leak. A waste of space. Àwọn ẹran nú ọbẹ̀ ṣáàkì ń yọjú. Make I calm down. The thing where I want to tell this guy no go like himself. So make I just calm down. 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 Because if not for the fact that you are actually afflicted by a very potent form of intellectual malignancy, you will not be on my live talking this nonsense that you are saying. Ayé ò ní dá Old Harry. Kó tó ṣe pàkọ́, Be cantilever terrace building. Oh, why was so relax? Oh, I close this live. I know they talk again. Where shop go be cantilever terrace building. Oh, why so live? Me also so. Abori etono check engine ni. Mi ní rapture ẹ̀ máa sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tó yẹ kó sọ sí ẹjọ́ tó ń ṣèkómọ fún ẹ. Wọ́n kó wèrè jáde wọ́n lọ ń ṣèkómọ. Ó yẹ kó fi wèrè ṣàsùn wọ́n lọ ń pẹran fún. Ìwọ ló yẹ kó fi ṣàsùn wèrè. Can I continue what I'm saying? Is there charging? You see, my problem is people don't think. So somebody said, not all your audience understand Yoruba. Baba, I know if this way I talk, I know if you talk for Yoruba. For English, you no go enter. Make you just try get interpreter. No vex. Just try get interpreter. Ask interpreter what it means. Pé èèyàn shop go be cantilever terrace building. Oh my year. Oh my ṣàlàyé fún. Chichi Asagwara, thank you so much. Just sent me $10. Don't let the trolls get to you. That no. The trolls cannot get to me. Oh. As I'm done now, any day I see old Henry, we are friends. Torí mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ gbáyàlá ìyá ẹ̀. Any day I see him, he's gone. I tell men, do this thing. Don't let anybody keep. You see, be a man, be strong. Be a man. Now they make men buy. Oh, be a man, chest it. Now why you get BP be that? You look for my trouble, I fire you, as in, you light a match, I remove the grenade pin. Na so it dey be, na so the answer. But to shana about on light time if your pin a grenade fun ya any straight. It helps my mental health. As I am now, if old Henry comes, say, Daddy Freeze, how far? I want make we hang out tomorrow. I go there, go drink beer with him. I no get enemy as they see me once the matter sorok buy lori moti move on here. And a lot of people don't like it. They say, Daddy Freeze, you insult too much. Listen, I love myself. You don't need to like me. Because there are some of you where they go insult you. 10 years, you never feel forgive that person. Because wamo yani. Sorry, Nepa don't come, go quick. The reason why I move on so quickly, the reason why, and this is part of the lessons you men need to learn. There's nothing wrong with you lashing out. I don't cry. Some people tell you it's good to cry. I disagree. I don't believe crying is a strength a man needs. I believe lashing out is. You cross me, I will share it with. What I will tell you, you will that emotional load you want to come and pour on me. Oh no. By the time I pour it back on you, now me go come they beg you and say, do you know how many people I don't curse finish when I mean they beg them? Because I know say what I tell them no good. So men, my advice is you need to learn how to lash out back. When they lash out at you, lash out back. Don't absorb it. Are you a shock absorber? I noticed that there were people when I was growing up that would tell me one thing and my day will be spoiled for 3 days. Casually, some people can be so wicked in their spite. They will just say something and that thing will torment you for days. And I learned how to do that. Even starting with my father at home. My father will wake you up in the morning. When I was a kid, my father used to wake me up in the morning and tell me that I was a failure because I refused to do medicine and I refused to be a Muslim. I refused. I managed it till by the time I got to like 20, 21. I don't want to hear God again that time because they don't use God tire me. So I told him, I said, okay, so that they will not be fighting. I don't believe there is God. Leave me. Any day when they do anything will concern me, concern God, me una count me out because me I don't believe say God dey. Me could just leave me. Not because I didn't like Islam, but because of certain behavioral characteristics my dad had. And my dad would literally wake me up in the morning every day at that period and tell me that you're a failure. Omo, the day I begin answer back, na me everybody blame you. If I tell you something, you don't go forget them. That's who I be. If I tell you something, now me go come they beg you, say make you forget. And I realized that when I did that, I took the emotional load from me and handed it back to you. It worked wonders for me. Wonders. You can try it too. It worked wonders. Same thing with my mom. Sometimes my mom used to feel like she can talk. She would not carry one thing, give me, bagger. And as she give me like that, and I collect and back, give them back straight, bagger. It works like magic. I will never be anybody's emotional punching bag. I will never. You can't punch me emotionally. I will punch you back. I'll tell you one of my ogas one day. He came into my office when I was in Cool FM. One very vocally stupid. You know, he's what you call confidently stupid. One of my former, they sacked this oga with text message. Very foolish oga. You know, tall past Martina Botulo. He always feels saying too much. He just enter my office one day. Oko juicy me mo de juk pada. O staff me mo de cat service mo de fun pada. Only why are you looking lost? Are you bereaved? Mo le ma wa bereaved. Anybody will understand your bago. As in look me, say, why are you looking like this? Are you bereaved? Mo le ma wa bereaved. Without as in papa mo de smile. He could not respond because moti gbe fun. Mo de smile. Once I answer you back, I'm good. No, him, I don't get any. Now me go come they laugh you. I think go toilet. Inside toilet, go they laugh you. Say, that's why I give my enter. As he serve me, now so I serve him back straight. I remember one of my ogas. He threatened me saying sabi law, saying be lawyer. They threatened and I ask and say you ain't no go law school, now you be lawyer. I just answer him back. I said, bros, you are not a lawyer. You studied law in the university does not make you a lawyer. You did not go to law school. About quiet. Me too, I quiet. We look ourselves, we smile. One. It dey work. Don't let anybody bully you. Apostle Suleiman said, bully the bully. Johnson Suleiman, he said, bully the bully. That person who want to bully you, bully him back. It works wonders. Don't go and bully anybody. Oh. Person they work on you, no go look for their trouble. Oh. But person want bully you, bully him back. Bully him back. Please, if you are watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Let's get more people up in the house. Who's my number one gifter? Follow my number one gifter. Rem Pretty is my number one gifter. Everybody leave what you're doing now and follow Rem Pretty. I need you all to follow my number one gifter on TikTok. Follow my number one gifter right now on TikTok. Looking for the first set of people to start popping my money guns. So back to what I was saying, because the guy came, in all honesty, make I even answer the guy. Waiting me name again. He say, why have I not reached out to my kids? Maybe I have irreconcilable issues. No, I don't have irreconcilable issues. I just refuse to be depressed. I refuse to submit myself. That was my healing. I told my story earlier on. Let me tell you another story. I remember when I was younger and my kids were staying with me. I don't like washing dishes. Habib, God bless you, sent my first money gone today. Big shout out. I don't like washing dishes, but I don't mind going to the market. Baba, you don't understand. I'm a weird one. I don't mean supermarket. I like going to the supermarket. I still go supermarket today. I mean market where they sell Oniru market. I used to go to Oniru market 2 or 3 times a week. I could just day house. I go dey hungry. I don't know wetin dey hungry me, but I just dey hungry. By the time I waka inside that market, I fit see isi okporoko. One day I price a whole isi okporoko. They sell am to me 1.5. I drag am with them. So I don't get problem to go to market too. If you send me to market, you know, oh, you know, send me. Now if you tell me to go and wash dishes, now me and you go fight. Market to me, you know why I stopped going to market? After a while, I was no longer used to it, so I stopped. Anytime I go to, my ex will just go or come back. She don't say I don't go market, I don't go buy catfish, I don't go buy isi oporoko, I don't go buy cow leg. Well, where did you get this from? I said I went to the market. Don't you know that when you go to the market, people feel that your wife is not cooking? So that fight no go day house. I stopped to that. So I stop to the go market too. I used to take my kids to ShopRite. They're on holiday. I'm at home. My work doesn't start till 4 p.m. I'm at home with the kids. Sometimes I just say, I get inside the car. Let's go to ShopRite and do shopping. Now so I carry my child, come back. My ex will begin fight me, say, why are you taking the children around? So people can say you are a good father and their mother is not there in the picture. I'm like, but I'm alone in the house with the kids. Why is it a bad thing that I'm taking them out? And people, so that people can say that where is their mother? And their mother, I'm like, why do you have so many issues? I don't think I can ever wake up one day and say, yeah, children, get inside the car, make taste buds, ask me, say, why are you taking the children out? You want the children to feel like they don't have a mother. So, as a man, don't get me wrong, I was not a saint too. I will always tell you the truth. I was not a saint. I had my own issues. But there were some issues that were very worrisome. And I tried to explain this the other time. Someone said, "Not childhood trauma." I agree. I 100% I agree. I also had a bit of childhood trauma because my own father believed that if you never suffer for this, my father does not believe that you can just make money. Like say you just do one deal, make 100 million. My father no believe. My father believes in a thief you be. Say if you never sweat. Say if you never sweat. You know, they believed in that dignity of hard work. So I also, because me, I was a shortcut guy since I was a kid. Not shortcut as into illegal. But I believe that I didn't have to do this much stress to get this. So I was raised by a very hard father who lived in a very hard environment. If I tell people that I grew up in Aremo in Ibadan, Aremo is a proper ghetto. My father decided that's where he wants to put his hospital. And I was a kid. Will I say no? If I say no, waiting I go chop, who I go stay with? Growing up in my house, they used to sell Igbo at my gate. They used to sell Igbo at my gate. Opposite my house was a cinema that every Friday, Bayou Cinema, if you ever lived in Aremo, you will know. Bayou Cinema, every Friday, Mojo that they show. Every Friday. And they go put speaker outside. You just they have the Somebody say first degree ghetto, as in highest, and a rural ghetto, na village ghetto. You know, say Obalinde na modern ghetto. Aremo na village, na where they born winch. If you don't wake up for morning like this, they don't burn one winch. It was a hard, and you just come, just see fire. Wait up, one more lane. Kilo Joji Magi. They say, they just catch thief. Oh. They don't, they burn the thief. Waiting the thief do, in thief Maggie. Now he say make you burn am. Papa, I'm not joking with you guys. I grew up, I lived there for 10 years of my life. 10 years of my life. And after a while, when I saw that I was beginning to think like them, someone said I went to Bere today, and some guy said I must give them money. Bere was walking distance from my house. You can walk from my house to Bere. Bere is the king of ghettos for Ibadan. I'm not sure say any ghetto bad like Bere, unless maybe things don't improve. Bere na be ghetto. My office, now guess what? My office, BCOS Ibadan, was in Bere FM. Makpo Hall. Makpo Hall is in Bere. My house was in Aremo. I dey live and I dey work for ghetto. Someone says, but you be like Butter because I be mixed race. But let me tell you something, eh? A lot of people would think that, those ghetto chicks, say I will have cancelled a lot of them. They don't agree for me. They don't just like me. If I tell you, say, for that whole 10 years, I don't get any ghetto babe. Because I know they feel relate to them. Somebody said, do that soundtrack again. When I go hear gist today, I go give you gist today. You see, oh, no. No. What people are doing is not fair. Ko fair, if I can match a soundtrack, okay. Anyway, I go give you one gist, You know that Naughty by Nature song, Ghetto B. I'm not Ghetto BAS. You know the song. Everything's gonna be alright now. Everything's gonna be alright now. Everything's gonna be alright. It ends with, you ain't never been to the ghetto. Don't ever come to the ghetto. You won't understand the ghetto. Stay the F out of the ghetto. Baba, if you've never been to the ghetto, don't ever come to the ghetto. As in, that thing rang true in my life, in my world. It rang true. As in, I understood it clearly. Baba, ghetto did different. So my house and my dad's hospital were next to a church called St. Peter's Church. St. Peter's Anglican Church, Arimo Ibadan. The bus stop is St. Peter. That's what they call the bus stop, St. Peter. Next to the bus stop is the bus stop you will drop at if you want to come to my house. My house, my bedroom window was facing the graveyard of that church. From my bedroom like this, I see grave. So when I met Taste Buds and we're driving, we went to see my sister in Ekiti. We now drove through a graveyard. I told Taste Buds, so like, graveyard! I say, hey, kilo nse. Me, I feel sleep for graveyard. I learned how to drive in the middle of a graveyard. Now there I learn reverse. That reverse where you go knock reverse, go use reverse, run from like here to now enter graveyard, where road empty, graves on this side, graves on the other side. So Pentecostalism just started creeping into Nigeria. Normal church where we know na Sunday church, St. Peter's Anglican Church go full. They go pray. When they pray finish, everybody go their house. Church they full. Omo. So Pentecostalism can't start. Pentecostalism can't start. Who be this one where they call me now? Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Yeah, I'll respond to it. You send me a message on WhatsApp. Wait now. So I now Pentecostalism started growing. So there used to be a snooker bar every Friday, not a snooker bar, like some local ghetto arrangement. So every Friday, they used to do overnight service there. Nigerian people, overnight service like this, they will put speaker outside. Lórúkọ Jésù, lágbára ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù. How much taking on? Now so you go to hear. Then behind, like let's say my house they here, St. Peter's they here. This barbing salon, stroke bar, wait on church on Friday overnight is here. Then somewhere at the back here is was another church, this time a house fellowship. They also put their speaker outside. So for night, you go to hear one person go to preach, money is the tool of the devil. The next person go to preach, say, if you are poor, you are a son of the devil. Only me go there the middle. These people message go, they go left. These people message go, they go right. And you have to sleep. Sleeping on Friday night was torture in my house. After a while, Anglican church comes to say they don't begin to lose their customer. Customer don't waka go house fellowship and barbing salon fellowship. Now so church to go buy megaphone, put for outside. The next thing now, you come to hear 3 different sermon. One they go east, one they go north, one they go west. Lórúkọ Jésù, lórúkọ Jésù, lórúkọ Jésù. This person go they pray. The person go they pray. Now that same Friday night, Bayou Cinema, they show their mojo. So you go to hear, praise the Lord from one side. Lórúkọ Jésù, lórúkọ Jésù, lórúkọ Jésù, lórúkọ Jésù. Then you go hear back, lórúkọ Jésù. Baba, now so they go they do till morning. Mosque go come join them. You just hear mosque begin they call. Inside you hear lórúkọ Jésù, lórúkọ Jésù. Hare gbà wọ́n. Baba, you go ghetto. Hey. You go run mad. If you are watching on TikTok, double click the screen. If you're watching on YouTube, where you type bottom right hand corner, you see how to buy super chats, super stickers, and super likes. So let me come back to the topic that started all of this. It make una laugh at me. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Follow my number one gifter. Rem Pretty is my number one gifter. Follow Rem Pretty right up there. Follow my number one gifter. Who's gonna pop my first money gun? Double click the screen. So back to what I was saying here. Men are actually going through a lot. But you see, I want to distance myself from wicked men. When I say men who are going through a lot, I mean men who do not want to destroy the reputation of their exes simply because They know they do again. Men who are co-parenting, I say this all the time. If I break up with you, you will remarry now, unless you are old and you don't pass menopause or you don't pass like 50. I break up with a 30-something-year-old woman, I expect her to remarry or at least be in a relationship. And there is no way you will be in a relationship and my children would not have contact with whoever you're in a relationship with unless you want to be a pretender. I'm not one of those people that will tell you that my child cannot grow up in another man's house. I'm not like that too. If I marry a woman and things no work, I will not tell her not to carry my children. Unless the person they violent. Say even if he beats my pikin, if my pikin is stubborn and my wife, boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend or fiance or husband beats my pikin, unless my pikin talk saying cheat am, na only way I fit vex with that. Say inter my pikin say make my pikin come home by 9 o'clock, my pikin no come home till 11, in come slap am. If my pikin report am, I go slap am too. Me and the guy fit no gree to. We fit no dey gree to. But I never take the responsibility of an elder over a child, because children can be very trickish. I'll tell you a story. When my son was younger, because he knows me and my ex know they talk. That's why when people are making around there, the married people, Baba, we dey inside the same house, you know they talk. My son came home one day, asked my ex to open Twitter. My ex said no. He asked me, can you open Twitter? I said, what do you want to do on Twitter? No. Then one day, I just saw him on Twitter. I'm like, you have a Twitter account? He said, yeah, I spoke to mommy. Mommy said I can have it. I kept quiet. I moved on. Apparently, the mother too came and asked her, you're on Twitter? I said, hey, daddy said I can be on Twitter. He don't know, say we no go ask ourselves. Now, so this pikin take date Twitter for nearly a year before we fight. Now, we even fight, realize say this boy don't date Twitter. Children will knowingly manipulate the situation. And, for instance, if, let's imagine my ex has a boyfriend or a husband or whatever relationship she is, and the person can't slap my pikin, I can't go defend my pikin. You know what I don't do? That guy no go fit control my pikin. And for your mind, you think you are raising your child. What you are doing is you are setting your child up, because he's not in your house. He's in this other person's house. That control where you get, when they say once a month or twice a month, now you want the controller. The person when they live with, they say, I would not want extremities. But that, as long as the person is doing whatever he's doing within the bounds of reason. Even if he flog my pikin, unless he flog him to the point where the pikin wound. Say, normal flog, give me your hand. 6 strokes, brack, brack, brack. Unless, say, my pikin and him pikin break cup. In no flog him pikin, he flog my pikin. Now when me with him go get fight. But as long as he distribute the punishment evenly across, I know go tell am say make he no beat pikin. No. I'm not like that. I say this all the time, I consider myself a very reasonable person. The only reason why I fought my ex was because she fought me. If my ex had left me and moved on, I for leave her and move on. I don't get anything where they drag with them. If she had left me and moved on, I would have moved on too. But that whole, for me not to be able to have access to my children, she has to destroy me. Because that's the only way you can get that sole access that you are looking for. You have to make sure you've destroyed my life. Let me tell you something my ex did. Court papers is available. You can go and check the records. My ex said, I used to bring men home to sleep with her. She wrote this side court papers. And when she doesn't agree, I will now beat her, telling her that she has to know that it's not always going to be me. I swear to God, I get the papers. What I'm telling you, I get evidence for. As in, my wife said this thing, my ex-wife said this in court. Her lawyer, under cross-examining, asked me, is this true or not? I looked at the judge. I said, my lord, please, can she mention the name of my friend that at least my friend that I brought home that you slept with? He get name now. I mean, not get name. Mention the name of the friend. Mention the name of the friend. What's that friend's name? I want to know the friend's name because this document is going to be available forever. Someone said, do you still love her? The question you should ask is, did I ever love her? I thought when, we're kids, so I thought what we had was love. Meanwhile, I realized later on that it was never love. I was coming out of a relationship. I was in a relationship for about 5 years. And the girl broke my heart. So she was like a rebound. But you see, my mind convinced itself that I loved her. Or maybe I thought I did. But by the time we were married for 6 months, I realized that this is not love. I'm not in this space. It is available on court papers. It is available on court papers. Papa, forget what I tell you. Someone said, no man can ever do that to a woman. Baba, they talk, say I do. God bless you, Wiz Champion 01 on TikTok. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Follow my number 1 and my number 2 gifter. Follow my number 1 and my number 2 gifter right now if you're watching on TikTok. Follow my number 1 and my number 2 gifter. Love is what you convince yourself to believe. Philosopher 1 say, why are you bitter? Leave her and private issues alone. Who told you it's private issues? I've not seen my children in 7 years. I spoke about it, it became a public issue. Philosopher 1. Why don't you call yourself your real name? Okpono Arindin 1. The name data number 1. Ìwọ ló gọ̀jú Federation. Wọn kàn tí fún ẹ lóyè ni. DFR imbecile dingbat ileribu. Ó yẹ kí Tinubu pè ẹ́ sọ́fíìsì lásán rock nìkan fún ẹ ni. Wèrè lóhùn Philosopher 1, Philosopher 1 kọ́. Philosopher 0 ni. Jádánù lórí live mi jọ wèrè lórí YouTube ẹ máa wò pònú ṣá. Ó lọ ń bẹ ó lọ ń nà gẹ̀rẹ̀. Somebody said, DF, love is felt sometimes, not only what you believe. Baba, looking back, I can't remember love. And I don't think she loved me either. We were just stuck together and we could have made it work. I don't think I was ready to, and I don't think she was ready to either. She probably was ready to on certain conditions, which I was not willing to fulfill. Because I have grown to see and to realize that the older I get, the more I realized that I actually needed a place of peace. I needed a place of peace. And if you don't give me peace, I go to run. The reason why I'm at home all the time is because I found peace and solace in my house. I can sit down at home with the kids all day. Sometimes I lock myself up in my room. I'm doing my work, doing my research, making my many phone calls, having to counsel so many people. But I'm in a place of peace. Shine says, how do you cope without seeing your children? I have no other choice. What do you want me to do? I have no other choice. So, like I said earlier on, I'm speaking today for the men who genuinely failed in their relationship for one reason or the other. The relationship no work. You no see your children again. Oh, sorry, or you and your wife had to move on, or your baby mama, or your girlfriend, whatever it is. There was a relationship, the relationship has gone sour, and you're being cheated. I'm speaking for you. Men go through so much. They don't have. Wilfred Asuko says it's in the same shoes. Wilfred, you're even lucky that you are in the US. Naija woman go tell you say you no go see the pikin, nothing you go do. The kind of person I am, as long as you no cross enter my lane, I go avoid you. I don't have to like you, but I'm very good at avoiding you. Big shout out to Wiz Champion. Wiz Champion just popped another money gun. He's my number one gifter. Everybody follow Wiz Champion, my number one gifter. Double click the screen. Ajay Fred says, 6 years I've not seen my kids. Coach Wilfred said, I avoid how. I've dated people. Let me bring Wilfred just for a second. Oh, Mona, wow. Wilfred, you did do session.
No, I still the office, but work don't finish.
Hey, congrats on your new purchase. Make I talk am.
No,
make I keep quiet. All right, congratulations anyway. Okay,
thank you.
so go ahead. I know say you know if you raise your voice too much.
No, I have to raise my voice anyhow. But you see, this thing that you shared, like you said, it takes a lot of maturity for a man who is being treated that way to just stay quiet and just let the sleeping dog lie. I married my wife in the US. That was in 2011 from Akwa Ibom, actually. Here, boss me. Just like you said, you given a lot. I wasn't blind. It wasn't like I was blindfolded. The only thing I can say was I never wanted an Akwa Ibom girl, but regardless, that's what my mother at the time wanted. I wanted a Yoruba because I left home at 15, so I thought I wanted to settle with somebody from the tribe I was comfortable with. So, but mom was like, oh, I wanted Akwa Ibom. So when I came to the US, I felt like this one was going to be different because there is a mindset I have about people from my place, which I wasn't comfortable with. But mom didn't want to understand that. So I did that just to make mom happy. So that marriage was hell. But I see it eventually, it was a learning opportunity for me. We had this son together. But the truth, how would your wife tell you, see, you want your wife tell you, see, make you no call your mama? For this our America, when would they years so? How would your wife give you some kind of rule, say your friends don't fit come house because now you get paper, they work? Egbo, see, I don't get money, no change my name. I didn't have papers. She was the one working, and we knew about this before we got into this whole relationship. That's how I came up with this slogan. Now you good, now me bad. I will see you later. We knew it was going to take up to 3 years for me to get a work authorization. Now, because you have paper doesn't mean you make money in America. There are people that are here in this country. They don't have papers, But for some reason, they make more money than people that have papers. Sorry, guys, I've been sitting down for a while. So for some reason, you see, people will be in this country for like years. They don't have papers, but they make more money than you that have papers. So what do you think is happening? Currently, I can choose not to come to this office. I stay at home and I will make money. I won't work for anybody. I can afford to give my quality to someone else to use, and I will sit at home. I will still make the same money because it's the same thing I will do at home. I will do it by myself. So now I'm staying with you, and you're giving me a hassle because you're going to give me papers. At some point, I was like, you know what, baby girl, now you good, now me bad. I don't want the paper again. I will see you later. We had a son together. Okay, I don't carry my bag, go. You call me gold digger. No problem. You call me gold digger. Now you work. Now you get money. I don't get. I was living off my friends. And we talked about this before we got into this whole relationship. We were both adults. So make I not argue with you because you the American Pekin. You get green card. You are not a citizen. I knew for that. If woman file for you or man file for you, you know be citizen for America. It takes you longer time to get the papers. That is freeze. This girl show me hello. Suffer this much. This suffer don't too much. I carry my load. I say, baby girl, now you good. Now me bad. I will see you later. Now I carry my bag, come out for there. As I come out, I make sure say I had somebody on the standby. That was how Duchess came into the picture. I come out from in hand. You know, believe I go come out. It is I go. She don't say I won't collect paper. My hands are clean. I don't collect paper because me. Listen. I know I came from a country. I was working. It wasn't that bad. Bush come to shove. I wanted to go back. I'm a man. I couldn't swallow my pride for too long. I carried my bag. Babe, now you good. Now me bad. I will see you later. So I left. So when I left, I filed divorce. She didn't see it coming. And because when I left, I said I wasn't going to come back. Why would you tell me you want to have sex with me once in 3 months and I'm your husband? You want me to go and be sleeping outside? Or boy, I can't call my mother because I am, or as in my friends can't come to the house. It's not like they are female friends, they are male friends. So it was quite ridiculous. So now I left. We have a son together. We went to court. She asked for child support. They slapped me with child support. I wasn't working. Basic child support, $60 per hour. That was when I discovered what is called VAWA. So I had reported myself to immigration. I had always been this very sound. So immigration looked at everything I presented to them. They asked me to put in for VAWA. It was free. Before 1 year, it was approved. And I moved out of her house. So I got my green card based off VAWA, Violence Against Women's Act. So I am a certified abused man by a woman in America.
I also got my divorce based on domestic violence, and I have court documents to prove it.
I have, trust me, it's the same thing here. So that was how I got my green card. So here am I. God gave us order. This I'm supposed to see my son. Oh, now hospital, now stress like this for me to see my son. So I'm like, I had to call my lawyer. I don't start to work. I don't start to make small money. I go see lawyer. Lawyer tell me, say, that's what they will do. They always want to use the child as a pawn against you. So, but you can't stop paying the child support because it's going to be used against you. If she goes to court, she will win because she will say she's busy. It's her choice to give you another day for you to see your son. Like, but that's how I started to come out my mind. I'm like, why will I allow, just the same way you always explain, why will I allow another woman to sit one place and be controlling my mind? Waiting one cause that one. Seriously, waiting one cause that one. Now I come out my mind small. Small. Even that boy can't start school. He go tell the school, say the papa of the child, they Africa. When I see say my son don't turn 5, I don't go trace the school. You know, say this is America. Public record, they everywhere. There are information that are public record. Like if you are going to court every day, they commit some kind of crimes, they take you go court. If they public, you can find. If you want to know your child, where he lives and the school he goes, it's easy for you to find. Now I go discover where my son they go school. Oh. I showed up in that school just like this. I come out from work, go to that office. Oh, you both said they shake. What's going on here? I want to see my son. Before you talk, I just show them court order. Now they called my mom, said the father of your son is here. I thought you said he was in Africa. So anytime I want to see my son, I will go to that school, go see my son. So COVID can't enter. They don't let us come school again because of COVID. And me already planned that I was going to leave Connecticut. I carry my load to come up from Connecticut. Waiting concern my son. When he grows up, he will look for his papa. All I need to do is to be successful. The name will ring, Wilfred Asokwa. He will find me come. I pay child support up to date. In fact, I always pay it up front. It's an automatic withdrawal, like up front. And then there is something that was happening. I will be ordering clothes for my son. And my child attends a school that is in a white neighborhood. So you can easily identify a black kid. So I wanted my child to be looking good. Just like my girls. I make sure I take very good care of them. My child will go school. He will look so wretched. I'm like, babe, what's going on? Why is my son looking this way? She deliberately would not let my son look good with those clothes. Just to spite me. I bought an iPod just so that I can be reaching my son. Through that iPod. Maybe she just regulate her. She took the iPod. She took the... You don't even let me talk to them. So me, I just come out my mind. I haven't seen my son. I haven't spoken to my son since 2019 or 2020. You don't even did my mind. The two when I get for house, I never even give them attention finished. I don't give them attention finished. I have all it takes. I have all it takes to take care of them. I have all it takes to keep my son. If she go to court to say, my child support is $73 per week. It's some change. If my son was staying with me, I would pay more than that. If he go court like this, my lawyer go answer him quick. Yeah.
I see your request. Like I know say go good. Make we bring you. Wilfred Asukwa meet Bio.
As you talk, I just relate to
you see,
as you talk,
somebody said that Daddy Freeze. How can you say you've not reached your one? You know all these counselors for Facebook, Abi and our coach. Person mumu finish. You know get waiting. Go to call himself coach. They Facebook. He talks say with all at your disposal, I cannot see. Baba, let me tell you, I was running mad. I was running mad. On my daughter's birthday, my sister is my witness. I was so broke that period. Now my sister can't carry me for house. They drive me go court. My sister can't say, you know it's your daughter's birthday today. Buy her a cake. I say I no get money to buy cake. My sister said, so now that I no get money to buy cake, I no get money.
Daddy free.
Wait. Make I finish this story. Just
I know why. Hold on. I know why you hold on, my brother. With due respect, hold on.
Okay.
You see, you know you be my man. Do you understand? And I love you so much. And I want to say something from my heart. You have valid case, very valid one. Do you understand? And the reason why I say you should hold on, not get me wrong, I'm not trying to make
No.
stop you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because, you know, most of this story, your story have been consistent. If there's anything, I'm not a judge, but your story have been what? Consistent. Like, for instance, what you're even about to say today, right now, you even said it this morning. Am I correct or not?
Yes, 100%.
Yes. So that was why I said, I just want to make sure. That's why I said, hold on. You know why I'm saying this? Because you have valid case. Do you understand? I just want you to know that. And as a friend and as a man, every man have been hurt by one woman one way or the other. Me to have my own share of it. Just so you know. Everybody gets their own share of hurt. So I know definitely that, you know, see our good friend now, Wilfred, right?
Yes.
I know I watched your video. This is my first time meeting you live. You know, this is a fine gentleman there we can see too as well, you know. So I just want to feel that, you know, the reason why I joined this call is because, you know, I did follow you for Instagram. So right now, anytime I go Instagram, I just see you on live, I'll click live, I'll just enter. And when I see you live again this afternoon, I just noticed, okay, you continue the topic, you know, and I know this morning you ended with missing some things you needed to do. Some people were waiting for you at your gate because of this same matter, the insanity effect on this issue. Even when our good friend Wilfred joined now, he started by even telling you that, see, this thing, it takes a man a lot to come out. This is a national TV right here. It's going to be on air for life. Wilfred felt the pain too. He started his own topic by even letting out a little of his own experience. So we all know this, but he said something. He said he just come out in mind for that place so that he can, so that he can go ahead. You know what I'm trying to tell you?
We move.
You know, so this matter, I want to beg you that if it's not like coming, I know I'm not saying it's going to end, but I'm just saying that please and please, do you understand what I'm saying? You know, that if it's not a person does see, you understand. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that this is not, we know, you know, I told you something. The same woman, a woman caused you all this pain, for instance, so example, right? We are not judging the case. However, now another woman, I give you peace today that you are happy with. True or false?
100%.
The same Wilfred, when one woman treated, we are not judging this case too as well, because we are not judged. When woman do something, now the same Wilfred, I don't know his status right now, but I heard him before he ended his first submission that he has 2 kids now or something. So I believe he's happily married now or something. Hopefully, you know, I'm just guessing. Thank you. Right. So the point here is that we are all saying the same thing. I don't want us to go to cycle. We're just trying to say there are good women out there as well as there are bad women out there, no doubt. Then secondly, some of these women that are good today doesn't mean they started from good. Just the same way women be too. A man might have not started well. The fact say, I've seen men who have bad relationship. Maybe they were even at fault in their first marriage. But the experience that they got from there made them a better husband in their second marriage. Example. So the same way, there are women, like that woman what they talk about now, both of you S. Don't be surprised. I'm not saying they are, please. Don't be surprised that regardless of those mistakes they made, the man that they are with today, if they are with a man, I don't know.
No, they enjoy them.
Right? You enjoy them. And that does not mean that, you know, so because they've learned from their mistake, it's a possibility. I'm not saying it is a must. So with that being said, bros, let us just chill like men, like we are having wine and all that kind of stuff, discussing this topic. You understand? You know, and all that
that's
stuff.
How we are, brother.
Yeah.
No, that's how we are. But the thing is this.
Yeah.
Regardless, that's our blood. And you know that.
You see, Bio, let me say something. Sorry, I think there's a call coming in for Wilfred. Let me say something.
Yes.
I don't have any problem with my ex. I have a problem with the narrative that the kids don't want to see me. I'm very close to my kids because I don't have only one set of kids. I get plenty children and they live with me. And I say this all the time, Wilfred, you will never hear that they are doing Father of the Year award and they'll come and give it to me. I know I'm not one of those supernaturally exemplary fathers, but I'm a good father. My children love me and I have a relationship with them. I sit down with them, I quarrel them, I play with them, I check on them, I spend my money on them, I make sure, you see, it's what I don't throw money at children. I give them money, but I also make sure I teach them discipline. Yes?
That if come out this person, we'll call you narcissist.
Who is the person?
Narcissist. This person is Malian _Rita. Narcissist man daddy freeze. Please block her back.
I don't even feel see him again. You know, say that they type plenty.
It don't go, yeah. Malian underscore Rita. She's calling you narcissist.
There must always be stupid people around. Even me when join now, they try to say maybe a cool down. Some people they say
They go start to
what am I
insult
saying?
you.
Some
No
people
worry, she
just
go type
want
away again.
they want problem. Just to get
So that they can be entertained.
Just imagine. Just imagine. A friend came and said, let us take it cool. What is it bad? You know?
Seriously, I didn't mean to cut that face. What I was saying is this, brother, no matter how you want to groove, no matter how you want to enjoy, keep it moving. For the fact that we are fathers, right? For the fact that we can afford to take care of our children, right? And we don't get to see them, or we don't get to spend money on them when you know, say you get that. You understand me? Or you get to have relationship with them. That he didn't get along with both of us, no mean say, make we know day inside that picking life. It's normal. It flashes once in a while. So, but how
you see, what I said, what I was trying to say is the narrative that my kids are spreading and my ex is spreading is a big. N6 was here in the afternoon. N6 used to train my children basketball because N6 is a basketball player. I begged him one day, I said, it would be good for my son to learn how to play basketball. N6 used to teach my children how to play basketball. N6, I lived inside Cool FM compound, so N6 is aware of this. I will never come here and tell you that I was the father of the year or the greatest father. I had my own many flaws, but I loved my children just like I love every other child that lives with me.
Hi.
I give them my time. Okay. I spend my money. I take care of them. I remember what it was like when my son was rejected a visa, how I had to fight the British embassy to give him a visa when he was a kid. And I traveled with him. I think he was 8 years old. I traveled with him single-handedly to the UK. Only me with him for UK for like 2 weeks. So that whole narrative that one of her friends, I was in the UK last year, August. So I posted something on my status. So her friend now made a comment, my ex's friend. So I now reached out to her. I was like, you did this UK? She said, no, she just saw my post. We now started talking. I now told her I've not seen my kids in 7 years. I now begged her. I said, please help me reach out to them. So I kept calling her every 2, 3, 4 days, only for me to call her one day and say, come, what happened? She said, that my ex said that the kids are old enough that if they want to see their father, they can see their father. Which kind of nonsense talk with that? Do you know that as I old rich at 47, if my mama called me, tell me I cannot talk to a person, for me to talk to the person they had, I am 47 years old. He get people when my mama, they tell me now, say I cannot follow talk, and those people no offend me. And simply because my mother has issues with those people, so that there will be peace. My mother don't swear for me one day, say, now me train you, because my mother has almost single-handedly educated me. Almost single-handedly, at least from my university onwards. Help me with my career, everything. My mother tell me, say if I talk to, mention one person, say if I follow that person, get anything. Papa, I step down. I am 47 years old. My mother can say that to me. Imagine a 21-year-old and an 18-year-old, what their mother can do to them. Especially when you have a very manipulative mother. And this was last year. As I came back from London, I kept contact with the girl. I talked to her, I said, look, I want to see my kids. Instead of her to call my ex and collect number and say, okay, this is their number, this is their email, talk to them. She said that if the kids want to see me, they will see me online. Kids where you don't pour poison inside their brain. I am 47 years. My mother tell me this year, so I cannot follow person talk. And simply because it will offend my mama, I don't follow the person talk and the person no offend me. At 47 years, come be children. But we know how these things work.
Mm. So Daddy Fish, for that one, like, again, you know me, I don't patronize, try to make anything look good. I made a comment earlier in the first video. I know you couldn't read all the comments. I joined platform where we say women, now like 97%, men now 3%. But I want to tell you something. To tell you how good the people there are, the leader of that platform made it known. Me, I'm telling you, I can go and look for that YouTube video and share with you that no woman should, for any reason, deprive the father of their kids access to their kids. You might not know, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't mention the YouTube channel here. We have verifiable videos there. She kept saying it. What am I trying to tell you? The truth is, on that one, even emphasizing on it, it's like, you know, no decent woman, no good woman will even advise a fellow woman, right? So that one, on that one, it is clear. Okay? So therefore, that means that if the only way a woman normally, or even a father, would is when the kids are risk to that person, which is not this case.
Thank you and God bless you. Let me tell you a story.
Yes,
Sorry to cut you, Sabio. Let me just quickly sneak
Go
one
ahead.
in.
It's your show.
I know. No. Once I don't invite you, we are all communicating. I have seen a scenario where the woman called me and said, "You know what? I'm going to stop my kid's father from seeing these children." And I was like, "No, this, that. Let me tell you what she said. She said, anytime the children go there, the father will start to poison their mind. Your mother is a prostitute. Your mother is a shawu. Your mother is this. Your mother is this. Your mother is this. The children will come. For the first 3 or 4 days, they don't go talk to their mama. Then they go they broody. Then they go they gloomy. No, I tell you truth. Then the papa go the children's school. Come go begin they report the mama to all the teachers one by one. By the time I saw this situation for like 5 months, now me tell the woman, say, if truly you feel that you don't want your kids to see their father again, I think I'm going to tell you that whatever you want to do, do it. And after that, 6 months later, she called me and said the kids are fine. The father used to traumatize them by getting into their head and trying to spoil their mother. So I also understand when some women, that's why I said I am not fighting for men that want to destroy women. I am fighting for men that are being cheated because a woman has decided to be spiteful. And some men are also risks to their children. Like, you they throw party, you get one other guy where tell me, say, his 6-year-old daughter was in the house. They come begin to do party for the house. Now so person give him begin he go to smoke. You cannot tell me, not that but you see, the father didn't sanction it. They say the papa can't go beat the guy. But the problem is you are creating an unhealthy environment for the children. So if a woman for that now decides that, no, I want to protect my child, I don't want my child in this space, I understand. But in a normal situation, let me tell you something. As I did like this, me and my kids have lived apart for so long that I would not trust them to live in my house, and I'm sure they will not trust me to live in their house. It doesn't make me bad, doesn't make them bad. If what I just want is a conversation on the phone once a month or once in 2 months or once a week, if they need somebody to talk to, they pick up their phone. We can gist, we can fight, we can quarrel, we can cut the phone on each other and pick it up anywhere we left it. I am not the kind of person that will tell my children that if their mother has a boyfriend, they should be rude to the boyfriend. Your mother's boyfriend is your father. If she breaks up with him, she has broken up. The next one is your father. So if your mother decides that in her life, she wants to spread her quick around and have 10 boyfriends, you have 10 fathers. I know people who their mother's boyfriend have helped in their life. Some, the mama boyfriend, I get one guy, very close guy to me. Now, a mama boyfriend help and get job. And when a mama boyfriend, when he was growing in that job, because I think it was helping him. The mother broke up with him. He didn't cut the relationship with the guy. On his wedding, his mother's ex-boyfriend was chairman of the day. The papa said, Lila, he said, no. This guy got me a job, helped me with my promotion, because they were doing this, like they were both accountants. So as an elder accountant, he just take the boy under an armpit, they guide him. Now so the boy take rise. So in mama boy, the mother only dated him for like 6 months. The guy was his chairman at his wedding. So I am not the stupid type that will say because your mother is dating somebody, you should be rude to that person. That person is not your father. Baba, anybody wey senior you, wey dey useful for you, wey dey your part, can guide you as a father. I will tell you the truth. I say this all the time. My boss that I work for 26 years, I got more from him than I got from my father. Now he mold my career. The respect I give my father is the respect I give him. I'm not a sentimental person. When I came to his company, I was a nobody. He helped me grow, guided me, directed me, fed me. Because na salary wey he pay me, now I take the chop. Until I was able to stand on my own. So that whole idea, I'm not like that. I'm not the kind of person that will want to, no. We don't grow past certain things. I'm not the kind of person who go, I feel jealous woman where I did relationship with, but woman we don't use in leg waka go come out for my house. The jealousy will end after 2 or 3 months. So, but what is left now is that anger that maybe the kids will now see that she was wrong. So she has to hold on to the narrative. Because at this stage, let me tell you something, Brother Bew. May you not see, may they not use, especially when you are some men are not reasonable. Some men are unreasonable. They will fight for their mind. They believe that when they are fighting a woman, it gives them ego trips. I don't have that problem. I don't have that problem. My ego does not concern woman. As I'm talking to you, I never think of my ex in any way. I don't think of her in a good way. I don't think of her in a bad way. I don't pray that something bad happens to her. I don't pray that she doesn't find a good husband. I don't pray for her to be sad. I don't pray for her to be happy. I just leave her. I don't have any. You see, if I pray to make something bad happen to her, I'm in a bad place. If I'm praying, oh, let good things happen to her, I'm still in a bad place. Because it's like there's a vacuum in my life that she left. I'm in neither of those places. I'm in a good place. But that you will tell somebody that I told to meet you that I want to see my children, that if the children want to see me, they will see me. And then you will go for back, pour rat poison inside their brain. I beg. Bros, be no vex. Finish waiting, one talk. Make I go sleep. Make I hand over back to you.
You know, my brother, like I said, I'm somebody that is very. If I like somebody or I consider somebody my own, I take their matter very seriously. That's my kind of person. It might be positive, it might be negative. Like I said to you this morning, our time different from us. The first thing this morning when I woke up, as I entered Instagram, I saw you live. I just, my friend, I click on. So when I click on, you're talking about I don't know what prompted it. I'm just saying. But I realized that topic dragged. You made very valid points, even I had to drop a lot of live comments and all that kind of stuff, and, finally, I went to do my job. While doing my job again, I went back to Instagram. I saw it, I click, I say the same thing. So what am I trying to say here, bro? I repeat, there's no need for repetition of something that I believe majority agreed on. That's why I even went as far as telling you, which I'm not supposed to say, and it's not a secret, but the facts are there, that I belong to a forum where there are a lot of women, and all these women even agree through the leadership saying, come, do not ever deprive a father the right to their kids. Any woman that does that is not a good woman, because these children, they will always grow. When they grow up, they will see things. Even a child when they will poison a man, at the end of the day. So, but however, are there women there that when they get married, they didn't know better or something happened or something? Yes, there are a lot of them out there. Do you know there are some women that believe in all or no effect? So the all or no effect is where some people say, if you don't, just for whether man or woman, some men do it, some women do it. You've seen some people that if you don't marry me again,
You no
you
go
don't fit
marry
talk to my
again.
pikin. Thank you. So there are people who behave like that. But if you have a mature understanding, you will know that that is not the way to go. That is the part I want to say here. So whatever have happened, which I don't think anybody can be a judge. But I can tell you that depriving you or attempting to block your communication with your children was a bad one, a bad card played by that person at that time. All right? That is what I can say. That's my conclusive statement for that. Then I want to correct one or two things you said earlier this morning. Not an argument, it's just a correction in opinion. You see, this thing that happened to you happened in Nigeria, true or false?
Yes.
True. Thank you. To the best of my knowledge, since I've been following you, you always talk about some disadvantages of abroad. Like say, maybe for instance,
yes,
bad thing, now only abroad did it happen.
No.
You can't see now. No, what I mean, for instance, some people say, I don't want to carry my wife go abroad, though. If you go abroad, go change.
Yes.
So I'm trying to tell you that a bad woman in Philippines is also a bad woman in the United States, is also a bad woman in Egypt, regardless of where you place that woman. Do you understand? I'm not saying she's bad, I'm just saying a bad woman generally. So I have to correct my statement because I don't want anybody to take the context out of my mouth and say I'm being a judge.
Yes.
With your ex-wife. No, I'm not.
I get you totally.
I'm just saying a bad woman anywhere would be a bad woman anywhere, regardless. So with that being said, that tell you that even though you did Nigeria, you did US, the same thing. Now, another thing I want to correct is one thing. You said so, but it's not absolute. I wish Wilfred was here. Maybe would have used his own case as a clear case study. I am not a lawyer myself. I have to dispute that first, make that indication so that at least I'm not speaking from a point of law. But however, I have the opportunity to have attended a lot of divorce cases abroad. You understand? So one-on-one, I can also share some of my story with you. Not like it's nothing that cannot go, it's not a big deal. But what I want to tell you here is that normally, no country law is perfect, no situation is perfect. But one thing I know is that the law abroad concerning divorce, basically, is not to harm anybody, to be honest. It might be enabling it, but the judge is there for fairness. So what am I trying to say? In this America, when I did, I know for sure that, God forbid, if this thing had happened here in America at the time, when that woman have those kids, trust me, that woman would not even be able to take the 3 kids out of that country without, at least, if you follow the law very well, she won't try to alienate you by taking those kids far away from you. And 2, even if you have to pay child support, which is fair. Which is fair. Child support, we just call it child support, like saying any meeting. Child support is what they are going to look at your income and say, okay, Baba, you get 2 pikin here, you get 3 pikin here, you get 1 pikin here. Only if they chop money, you bring these people come ward. So if you bring them come ward, what is your responsibility inside this matter? Do you understand? So, and Daddy Freeze, if you are looking at this correctively, you will understand that you, as you sit down for your house now, anything you purchase, you must take responsibility for that thing, true or false.
100%.
Until you discard that thing. So, any man who brings a child to this world, the child support scheme and other schemes that are put in place by the law is not because they are trying to say pay child support because you are wrong or you are right. No. Even a right man will still pay child support, right? And when you pay child support, you will have rights to your kids. You know, anyone here that have friend a single mother will tell you, even in the American system, that one reason why don't even like to friend single mother be say, when you friend single mother for this country, if you like me, papa will word self, the marriage must involve the papa, because some men now then they run from their children now say, because sometimes some parents they don't give them twice a week visit, twice in 2 weeks. Now they know they would fit meet up. Say, now you will call you tired to go pick your picking. So what am I trying to say is that nobody will come and ask you, no judge. If a judge asks you to pay child support and you are paying your child support for your children, you have right to those kids. If the woman deprive you from seeing those kids, the next action you have to take is stop the payment. Because when you stop the payment, they will bring you back to court, and the judge is going to ask you, why did you stop the payment? Then you will tell the judge, my lord, how can I continue to pay for a children that I cannot see? I am telling you that a reasonable judge and a good lawyer will ask the woman a simple question. Then we made this judgment for him to pay this money, and he's seeing his kids. Why did you prevent him from seeing his kids? So, with that being said, that is what I'm trying to explain to you, that all these things, when they happen, women when want to deprive man from seeing their children, they have a different tactics. They must try to establish before the judge the reason why that man is a risk to the children. That is it. So what I'm trying to say this is that, people think that, I don't like when we overblow issue, not in this matter, I mean for the general public, like, because you be woman. Do you know many women have thought that they had rights? When they went to court, they were surprised that the thing not be as they oriented them with the ignorance orientation. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, 100%.
So some people have ignorant orientation. I have seen a lady who thought that if she just do one or two things, they will carry children, give them everything, the man will pay money. But the day of judgment came, even with the good lawyer, the judge said, listen, this man is a father to these children. People came. The guy brought people to come and testify of his good character. Dear, if now America, that's your matter happen, let me tell you now, no matter the allegation she put before you, all you need to do is to get multiple affidavits of support. Most of your friends that already know you from work, from everywhere, they are going to testify that DF is not a threat. He is a man of good character and conduct. Do you understand me? So that is what I'm trying to say here is that all these things, it is not as the way everybody is saying it, So do not be misguided. I mean, for those women out there as well as men out there, the law is to run and is to run in favor of both sides. Asukwo told you something before he left. He told you that he left and he stopped paying the support and relocated. Do you understand? The reason now is best known to him. But that is decision, not even make him, not really they see the children. Because if Asukwo had decided to still remain in that town and pay that child support, bring him back another time and say, BOC, there was no way the wife would not deprive him. Never. It cannot happen. Not in the US. I'm telling you. In fact, instead of that thing to happen, you go become Baba. African American, where they born different baby here and there. Now, Baba work that they do. Because Baba work, you cannot tell the income of the man. Do you understand? So if you want to know a man who has multiple children and don't want to pay child support, they will not be doing work like pay me cash. Pay me cash. Pay me this, pay me that. Because child support is not an amount they will just guess. They need to see evidence of your payment slip that is free. See, two people, person they make $2,000 a month, and person they make $4,000 a month. Two of them cannot pay the same child support. So you know now. And two, even the child support they talk about here now, if your child support, when you were married to that woman, and you had just one child, was, let's say, for instance, $600 a month, right? By the time you have additional children, like in your case now, where you have additional children, they will revisit that child support. That woman cannot continue to have that $600 because you now have more children. Does that make sense, dear? So the judge will now look at it again and say that the priest has 3 with this woman, or 2, I don't know how many you have. I'm just saying. And he has other children here, plus 10 children. So that money, they're going to visit them. The reason I'm giving all this background is like, I'm trying to make you understand that the child support thing, for those listening, is not as rosy. So it's not, if you think you are a woman, you are planning to come to this America, or you are in America, and you think you can come here and your plan is to come and use people, maybe you born for them, drive the man out, collect child support, it go over you well. Trust me. At the end of the day, you know what talking about, that the free show you for years so that they pay child support. So that is all I have to say, dear.
Thank you so much, Bill. Thank you so much. Big shout out to everybody watching on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. TikTok, Facebook. Follow my number one gifter on TikTok. My number one gifter is Cindy at SYNDY. Big shout out to you. Rem Pretty is my number 2 gifter. Big shout out to every single person who popped money guns. Thank you all so much. Double click the screen. Let me get to 20,000 likes. Let's build the TikTok too. Thank you, Bio. Thank you, Wilfred Asukwa. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to come back at 11 o'clock and we'll talk about something else. Hopefully, like Brother Bio has said, let the matter rest. So we're going to come back. And like I always say, men go through a lot. And I'm glad with what Bio said, because there are some men that don't even know their rights and they're being mistreated by women for one reason or the other. I'll always add this disclaimer. If you are a wicked man, I am not speaking for you. Sometimes they carry picking and run from you because you be winch. Take care. God bless. Look forward to seeing you later on tonight. And men, be strong. Whatever you're going through, think of you first. I'm going to end with a story. I met a friend of mine who, double click the screen. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Follow my number one gifter. Follow my number one gifter. Quick. As I'm signing off, I want to say this. Follow my number one gifter on TikTok. Who's going to pop the next money gun? Oh yeah, quick. Let me see if I can get 5 more money guns as we're rounding off. Follow my number one gifter. Follow my number one gifter now. There was a friend of mine who told me a story. He said his ex-wife was preventing him from seeing his kids. And at a point, he stopped dragging the kids because it was affecting his mental health, which I knew that was affecting me too. And I said, why did you stop? And he said to me, my brother, even if my kids don't love me, I want them to still respect me. Even if my kids don't love me. And I thought about it. You see, your kids are not going to be able to love you if you are broken, if you are a pauper, if you're a failure, if you cannot pay bills. Marriage is about bills. Oh. Marriage is all about bills. Bills, they spoil love, and bills, they help love. You cannot be a father to a child. Ego, make you no enter. It is impossible. You cannot be a father to a child if you are not willing to pay. And you cannot be a husband to a wife. If you no get money, you will struggle. Bills, as in lack of money, they spoil sweet love. and availability of money, they repair bad love. I'm not saying money is everything, and I don't want you to be materialistic, but you see, you can make a bad love more comfortable, and you can make a good love choke simply by adding or subtracting finances. So when I come back at 11 o'clock, we're going to talk about finances in a relationship. We're going to talk about so many other factors that make a relationship what it is. Thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate you all. Life is what it is. Let's all be strong, stand strong, believe in yourself, and you come first. All the men out there, you come first. If you're a man, if you break down and allow a woman to destroy you, your children, the best they can do is feel sorry for you. Me, I don't like when people feel sorry for me. I like riding the tide. So, God bless you. Take care, everybody. I love you all. See you all soon. Bye.